You ready to go for a walk? Time for oatmeal. What is up, you guys? It's Kat. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going over 20. Yes, that's right. 20 different ways to be a morning person. And I'm gonna give you a little spoiler, which I hope might make you a little bit happy because you're probably tired of hearing it 1,010,000 times. Making your bed is not on the list. You're welcome. But for real, we have not done a sit down video in so darn long, and I'm so excited to sit down and just chat with y'all. So grab some coffee, grab some tea, maybe, I don't know, wine, whatever you're feeling. Maybe grab a notebook so you can take some notes, because I guarantee you, if you do honestly even one of these 20 things in the morning, it is going to help you be more of a morning person. Also, I hope you liked that little morning routine montage. I thought that was so fun to do. I have 1,010,000 vlog style morning routines, so if you're interested in those, I'll have my morning routine playlist linked in the description. But I thought today I would do kind of more of a sit down chat with y'all, and now let's get into the tips. Okay, so this first one is kind of the fundamental, once you figure this out, you can kind of build everything else around it when creating a morning routine for yourself. And that is, to be a morning person, you have to get rid of that stigma that you have to be waking up before the sun at, 5 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m. You can wake up at 8 a.m. and still be a morning person. It's literally whatever works for your schedule. I wouldn't say if you're waking up at noon, not really a morning person, but even 9 a.m. is still the morning. Say you're a waitress and you don't get out of work until midnight and you don't get home and ready to actually go to sleep until 1 a.m. There's no way you're gonna wake up at 5 in the morning energized, ready to start your day. And if you are doing that, then you're probably not getting enough sleep. So for you, you could wake up at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and still be a morning person. To me, a morning person is somebody who takes advantage of those hours in the morning, whether you are working on a side hustle or you are doing something you love, taking time to read if you have a family and, you wake up before your kids do, so you can kind of take some time to yourself. Someone who looks forward to the morning and understands what great benefits they can get out of starting their day off right and doing things to make them happy and feel productive and feel like they're getting closer to whatever your overall goals in life are. So figure out what the right time for you to wake up is. Honestly, you'll know I used to wake up at 5:30. Since this whole quarantine, I've been waking up more like 6:37. I'm gaining back almost 45 minutes in the morning of my door-to-door commute that I used to have to work, because my commute is here in my office. So for me, I found that I actually feel great waking up at 6:37. And, I'm sure once we do start going back into the office, I'm going to push it back so that I have that extra hour. But right now, this is what works for me. And if 5 a.m. is not the time you want to wake up, don't worry. If you do, good for you. That's awesome. So figure out what time works for you to wake up with your lifestyle, your goals, what you want to do. And remember that you don't have to wake up before the sun to be a morning person. I have not been waking up before the sun the past few months. And honestly, I still feel great in the morning. I still get a lot done. And it still, sets me up for a good, positive day when I am doing things that make me feel good in the morning and working towards my goals. So now I'm sure 1,010,000 people have talked in morning routine videos about going to sleep early, making sure you get enough sleep. And I guess that's like the overarching point for this tip, but I want to get more specific and give you guys a formula to actually figure out what the best time to wake up in the morning is. And a little backstory about that. I remember in high school, I would have to wake up at 6 in the morning for school. And I remember like so vividly thinking, why is it that when I go to sleep at 11 and I wake up at 6, I feel groggy and exhausted and I have no energy and I literally have to like pull myself out of bed. But if I go to bed at midnight and I wake up at 6, I'm like, well, that's a little dramatic. I wake up and I have so much more energy. I feel great. I feel ready to take on the day. Again, maybe that's a little traumatic, but you know what I mean? Like I'm not as groggy and I feel more refreshed. That's a good word, more refreshed. And the reason for that, which you may or may not know what I'm gonna say, is you wanna make sure you plan your sleep schedule around your REM cycle. And I think this is super interesting, so I will have a link to an article you can read if you're interested, but a super, super quick, condensed explanation. So basically, when you sleep, you're sleeping in 90-minute intervals, and one of those is REM sleep, which is when you're in your deepest dreaming state. So that's typically when you would have a dream, as I said. And if you wake up during that REM cycle, that is when you feel like exhausted and groggy and like you have no energy and almost like your body's heavy almost. Let me know in the comments if you know what I mean. Like if you wake up through your body and not like an alarm or a noise or a light or something, your body is naturally going to wake up at the end of the cycle. So you're going to feel more refreshed. And that's also why if you do wake up like 5 minutes before your alarm goes off, get out of bed. This wasn't even going to be a tip. I guess this is a bonus 21st tip. But if you sleep that extra 5 minutes, your body is going back into the cycle. And then when that alarm does go off, you're going to feel 10 times more tired. And it's the same thing with the snooze. If you go back to sleep, you're falling back into the cycle and it's really not going to do anything for you. You're just going to feel worse when you actually wake up. So of course, I'm going to say you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep, but a formula that I want you to implement is figure out the time that you want to wake up. So let's say 5:30, that's your goal. Count back in 90-minute intervals to figure out what time you should be going to sleep. And they like 5 to 6 cycles is kind of the average recommended amount that you should be sleeping. That's around 8 hours. Now, what you also want to consider is sleep latency, which is essentially that time period it takes for your body to fall asleep, which on average for people is about 10 to 20 minutes. So what I would do is backtrack that another 10 to 20 minutes. This is a formula that I hope can help you guys out to really be specific about what time you should get in bed, what time the lights should go off, and what time you should be falling asleep. That way you can wake up feeling as refreshed as possible. Okay, this is a huge one that I feel so strongly about. I don't know why this bugs me so much when I see it, but I just feel like when you set more than one alarm, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, I used to do this, so if you do this, no worries. I understand. I can see how it's like, oh, if this one doesn't go off, or if I turn that one off without realizing, but you gotta trust yourself. 2, you gotta be self-disciplined enough to like, when that alarm goes off, you get out of bed. As you saw in my little morning routine, the very first thing I do is turn on the light because that immediately makes me feel more awake and I'm less likely to fall back asleep. I just think of it as if you're setting multiple alarms, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. You know, even if you're gonna say to me, hey, but Kat, I need to wake up at 6 a.m. So I set an alarm for 6 a.m., then 5:50 and 5:40 so that those first 2 alarms kind of wake me up a little bit. And my response to that is, well, if you know that you want to wake up at 6 a.m., remember we talked about the cycles, you want to be waking up after a certain amount of 90-minute cycles. So if you're waking up, if your alarm goes off 20 minutes before the time you're actually supposed to wake up, it's going to mess with the whole cycle and you're just going to end up feeling more tired. So you're setting yourself up for failure, and honestly, it's just going to make you feel worse when you do wake up. Set one alarm at the time you know you want to wake up. Make sure you have enough sleep, you have the right amount of cycles so you're not going to feel super groggy, and when it goes off, get out of bed. Now, obviously, to help out with the whole not pressing snooze thing, I have to recommend you put your phone on the other side of the bed of the room. For some reason, it took me so long. Like I was so stubborn with this. I was like, no, it's not really going to help. It's just going to be annoying. I like having my phone right next to my bed. But this is beneficial for 2 reasons. 1, you're not going to be scrolling on your phone literally until the last second at night before you go to sleep. And 2, if you've never done it, trust me, having to actually get out of bed to go turn off that alarm is so helpful in like jolting your body to get up. Especially, you saw what I do. I turn on the light, I spray my face, and then I go turn it off. And by that point, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to start my day. And then to go along with that, this is like a fun little hack that I've done, and I think it's super cute and honestly kind of helpful. So obviously, y'all know I'm going to say you need to have a purpose when you're waking up early, whether it's you want more time to yourself, you have a side hustle, you know, I do YouTube in the mornings, but obviously when it's early in the morning, you're just waking up. Sometimes, you know, you're not thinking about the reason why you're waking up. You're not going to remember it. So something that I like doing is take a Post-it note and write out on the Post-it note what that reason for waking up early it is. Take the sticky note and put it on the phone. That way, when you do go to turn off the alarm, you first have to see that goal. So it's just like a little reminder of like, oh yeah, this is why I want to wake up early. And then you take it off, you turn off the alarm, and it's just, I don't know, it's not like you still have to have self-discipline, but it's just a little thing to help motivate you and help you remember, okay, this is why I want to wake up early. It is important to me. I also think putting little sticky notes with reminders of your goals is good on the mirror, and like in your bathroom mirror, your makeup mirror, in the kitchen, you know, maybe on your coffee maker, just anywhere where you know you're going to see it. And it's just that extra like, okay, this is why I want to do it. I'm going to work on it. I got this. Also, I just quickly wanted to mention, no big deal if not, but like if you're enjoying this video so far, you should totally give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I know this is a sit down video, which I'm really enjoying. Let me know if you like the sit down videos too in the comments, but I also have a ton of vlog style morning routines. I do so many different home and lifestyle videos on my channel, so you should totally subscribe and check out more if you're interested. But I'll stop rambling. Let's get back into the next tip. Okay, this one's fun, and y'all obviously saw it in my little mini morning routine, but it's to have some sort of a spray bottle. I have one that's like a rose spray I got in a FabFitFun box, but you could literally just take a spray bottle from the Dollar Tree, fill it with water, and this will work. You know the saying, or you know the trick that if you go splash cold water on your face, it's gonna help wake you up? Well, we need something that's going to help you wake up as soon as you open your eyes. So by having a spray bottle there, you can just spray your face with it, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm a little more refreshed. And again, it's just these little things you can add to your routine to make waking up a little bit easier. So annoying. I just said this whole tip and then realized it wasn't recording. Okay, take two on this tip, and that is to have a mini morning routine before your actual morning routine. Now hear me out. We are creatures of habit. So if you set up a like no more than 50-second routine that you do and like steps that you follow exactly every single morning when that alarm goes off, your body is going to start to like kind of fall into that routine. And when you hear your alarm in the morning, you're just automatically going to do it. So for example, as you saw with mine, my alarm goes off on the other side of the room. I sit up, turn the light on, spray my face, put my glasses on, go over, turn the alarm off, put my phone in my sock drawer so that I, don't use it throughout the morning. And then I will turn off the AC, open up my blinds since I now wake up after the sun. I want to let that fresh light in. And then I make my bed and drink the rest of the water that's in my glass on my nightstand. And then I can continue on with my day, go feed Callie, go, take her for a walk, have coffee, all that fun stuff. But by doing those exact steps in that exact order every single morning, my body kind of just becomes accustomed to it. And the same thing is going to happen for you to make it a habit, to help you get more used to waking up at a certain time every day. Okay, so kind of like I briefly mentioned in my mini morning routine, I take my phone after I turn the alarm off and stick it in my sock drawer. If you struggle with scrolling through your phone too much in the morning, as soon as you turn your alarm off, hide it from yourself. It's that simple. I just stick it in the sock drawer and then I forget about it. Like 2 seconds later when I go to open the blinds and make my bed, I'm like, oh, what phone? What's a phone? I don't know. And if you're really worried about forgetting it before you leave the house, something I recommend is just having another alarm preset on your phone for, 5 minutes before you have to leave. That way it'll go off and you'll remember, go grab it, you'll remember to find it or whatever. But just stick it out of sight. Even if I just leave it on the dresser and continue with my routine and I don't scroll through anything in that moment, later in the morning when I come in to get an outfit or do my makeup or something and I see my phone there, it's so easy to just grab it and then start scrolling. And then it's like 30 minutes later and you've watched 50 TikToks and you're like, wow, I got nothing done. So something as simple as just out of sight, out of mind. Now, making your bed is not a tip in this video because I know we all know that we should be doing that. But what is a tip is to have simple bedding. Because come on, if it's 5 in the morning and you're exhausted, even if it's 8 in the morning and you're exhausted, the first thing that you should do is make your bed, of course. But if it's like 10 throw pillows, 5 different blankets. You got the comforter, the sheet, the throw blanket, then the other throw blanket that goes over the first throw blanket, and then you got to put the pillows in the right order. It's going to be way less motivating to make it. You're going to be like, oh, that seems so overwhelming. I don't feel like doing that all right now. And then you're just going to walk out of your room without making your bed. So just make sure that it's easy and simple to make your bed. That way, first thing in the morning, when you know that you should make it, you're way more likely to. And it doesn't seem like this overwhelming, like, oh my God, I don't want to have to do all this right now. Next, super simple, but whenever I do this, I feel so much better, so much more energized, and that is to have a second glass of water before coffee. So as y'all saw, like when I first wake up, I always like to have a glass of water next to my bed. So before I leave my bedroom, I finish it off, drink all the water, and then I'll go in the kitchen and get another glass of water before I have coffee. That way you are having a solid 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning. And I just find that I feel more awake, more energized. Obviously, I need my coffee very shortly after, but especially now that I walk Callie take her out to go potty before I have my coffee, it's really, really important to me at least, and I promise you'll feel better if you do it too, to have 16 ounces of water before coffee. Okay, this one's fun, and I hope you can think of at least one thing that kind of sparks some joy for you in the morning, and that is to not settle. And what kind of sparked this is that I was at my best friend Larissa's house, and she was talking about her coffee creamer. Like, she's super into being super healthy and fit and all that, and I think that's awesome because you all know that I am too. I'm the exact same way. But she said to me, she's like, my coffee creamer, it's got a lot of sugar in it. I don't care. That's my coffee cream. She's like, I know that that's something that motivates me to get out of bed in the morning, and I'm so excited to have my coffee with it. I give it to myself. The rest of the day, I know I eat clean and healthy and I'm conscious about what I'm putting in my body, but that coffee creamer, I love it. It makes me happy, so I have it. Maybe you like to watch one 20-minute episode of New Girl, and that really puts you in a good mood, even though it's not like the typical, don't watch Netflix in the morning, but you have the willpower to only watch one episode and it puts you in a great mood and you feel happy and positive and all that, then do it. Okay, I like this one. So y'all know the power of association is so darn strong. I feel like I've talked about this in so many videos, but I truly, truly believe in it. And especially with scent, like think about a time where you smell something and it just brings you back to a moment. I know I have my grandma's car. She passed away 5 years ago. And like sometimes when I get in it, I'll randomly smell the smell that I remember it being when she would be in it. I don't know what that is. It's so weird. It only happens once in a while, but the second that I smell it, it's like I'm back there in the car with her. So what I want you to do is pick a scent, whether it's a candle, a incense, a diffuser, maybe it's a room spray or whatever it is. Pick a scent that makes you feel happy and awake, and smell that every single morning. Whether you're lighting the candle every morning, you're spraying this air freshener, you're doing the incense, the diffuser, whatever, every single morning, I want you to be smelling that throughout your routine. That way, you're going to start to associate it with the morning. And then eventually, every time you smell it, you're going to feel awake, you're going to feel excited, you're going to be like, hey, it's morning time. Now, I was never a reader of fun. Reader for fun. I never read for fun, ever. It was like never a thing that I did. But I know that reading first thing in the morning is such a great alternative to going on your phone. My favorite morning book. I know I've talked about it a million times, and I will have a link, not sponsored, obviously, it's a book. Can you get sponsored by a book? I don't know. But I will have a link to it in the description where you can get the book off Amazon. It's The Daily Stoic. It's a Wall Street Journal bestseller. It's freaking incredible. Basically, each page is a different day of the year and it's labeled by the day, and then it's got some sort of a motivational, inspirational, positive thinking passage that you can read. And it's just, they're also thought-provoking and interesting and such a great way to start off your morning. I read the page for that day, and it's literally only one page per day, so it's not like you have to commit to reading a whole chapter or something first thing in the morning, because it's not something I was going to do. But I highly, highly recommend considering reading first thing in the morning, like a small little page like that is going to give you some like positivity. Change into something a little more put together pretty much within the first 5 minutes of waking up. My typical night's attire is a big t-shirt and underpants, and that's it. So when I first wake up, I'm not going to be doing my day in that outfit, you know what I mean? So for example, in this little video, I just put on my little yellow set from Shein. I think it's so cute. But a lot of mornings I'll wear leggings and a little crop top or something, like a comfy soft one, not something like I wouldn't wear this, but just something to make you feel more put together and ready to start your day. This is another funny one. I did this in one of my testing weird morning routine habits video, and I actually really liked it. And that is doing weird different stretches, not like your everyday, oh, stretch forward, go like this, you know, like weird, I don't know. I'll have the video linked in the description where I talk about that, because I show y'all, like, it's a vlog style video, so I take you through everything I'm doing. But I remember when I did it, I was like, oh, I feel more awake, like kind of like in a good mood, like it's silly and fun. Okay, and then this next one is also huge, and that is if you are gonna watch like a YouTube video or listen to a podcast, which I do, so I recommend it while doing your hair or your makeup or something, watch one that is super positive and motivating. So I love watching law of attraction videos in the morning on YouTube. I love watching like productive day in my life, week in my life, you know, how to be more positive, like videos like that are just gonna get you in a good mood. Morning routine videos, obviously, I think are fun to watch in the morning. When you are getting ready, pick a YouTube video that's literally the amount of time that you have to get ready, so that you know that when the video ends, you have to be done with your hair or your makeup or eating breakfast or something. Do not work through eating. It can be so easy to feel like you have to work while you're eating. Just do something for you while you're eating, whether that's sitting outside and reading a book while you eat or watching a YouTube video. Honestly, that's typically what I do. I find like an inspirational one like I did before and watch it. Or, you know, if you're gonna FaceTime a friend or sit with your mom and eat. This is another one that I tried out in my testing habits for the morning video. And again, I'll have it linked in the description. I think I have 2 of those videos up right now. But this is to do a quick little meditation session after you've already gotten ready. What I did is after I already got ready, after I had breakfast, when I was kind of in that like go mindset, and I just took 2 minutes to slow it down. I sat down, I focused on my breathing. I have never really meditated, so I probably was doing it wrong. Like I wasn't fully in the zone or anything, but I just sat there like this, breathing on the floor, crisscross applesauce with my hands on my knees. And I just remember afterwards, I felt so calm and so relaxed and so like kind of centered. And then I felt way more prepared to get up and go start my day. So definitely recommend, if you are going to try meditating, try doing it after you've already gotten ready. And this next one is super cliche, but it's so darn important if you really want to stick to waking up early and being a morning person. And that is understanding that it's a lifestyle. And if you don't wake up early every morning, that's okay. If you wake up one morning and you feel like crap, that's okay. I've had plenty of mornings where I wake up at 6, but then I end up falling asleep on the couch or something, and I don't get what I wanted to get done. That actually happened in my week of morning routines video. I'll have that linked in the description too. You know, there are going to be so many different variations in your morning. No morning is going to be the exact same other than your mini morning routine. That should be the same every day. But understand that some are going to be better than others, and that's okay. All that matters is that you're using that time in the morning to get stuff done that you enjoy and set yourself up for a really great day. If you watched until this part, first of all, thank you, because this was a long video, but also let me know in the comments what time you've been waking up the past few months and if you're happy with it, or are you trying to wake up earlier? As I said, I used to wake up around 5:30. Now I've been waking up around 6:37. I'm happy with that at the moment. Again, if I start going back into the office, I'm sure I'll want to wake up earlier again, but let me know what time you've been waking up. I'll have my morning routines playlist linked above me where I have so many different morning routine types of videos. And then, like I said, I also do a lot of home and lifestyle type videos on my channel. So you should subscribe if you're interested. And you can follow me on Instagram @Catherine May. And I think that's about it. So I love you all so much. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.